Good morning, folks, and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I hope everyone gets lots of candy. No one gets razor blades in it. And, oh yeah, check your candy. Make sure you check your candy. It's very, very, very important. Wise words of BillyGoat. Check your freaking candy. But, folks, I'm a little beat this morning. I'm tired. I'm a little underslept. Why are we underslept? Well, we stayed up late playing some games, and then after we got off the games, we went to editing videos, and now we're back up. So that's why we're pretty sleepy. It's because we did not get enough sleep. We are under-recovered. But with that being said, folks, I'm going to grub down on this French toast, this marinated egg bread, and then drink down this coffee, and eventually I will be overstimulated, not under-recovered. Alrighty, folks, marinated egg bread eaten, coffee ingested, overstimulated indeed. Let's go pump some flipping iron. Well, folks, we just made it to the gym. I think we're going to go try to implement our traditional lifts back into our regimen, if you know what I mean. On the way here, something weird started happening. My electrolytes are balanced, my water's balanced. I know, because, well, I drank electrolytes this morning, right before I go to bed. Just a little sip, just enough of a Pedialyte to where I know it should balance everything out. I drink water throughout my whole day, and I know I drank about half a gallon yesterday, a little bit over a half a gallon yesterday. So my water should be perfectly balanced, but my hands and my legs keep cramping. And then, like, I went to go yawn and my traps cramped up. Very, very, very strange. Could be lack of sleep. I have no idea, but very strange. But let's go knock out this lift and see if we're feeling any better. See if the body is still recovering. Lift complete. And good news, folks, good news. We were able to get back to our regular lifting schedule. No more playing on machines. But let's change out and get out of here and go get better today than we were yesterday, folks. Yeah, I definitely think the cramping is from a lack of sleep. Like I always say, folks, sleep is like the most important thing. But sometimes, folks, you gotta sacrifice your sleep. You gotta sacrifice your sleep for the things you like and the things you want to do and the things you want in life, you know? The things you enjoy to do. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice sleep. Now, sometimes you gotta sacrifice the things you want to do for sleep, but at the same time, you know what I mean? There's sacrifices. Whether you're building something and you gotta sacrifice sleep, or whether you want to go and indulge in something and you gotta sacrifice the indulgence for sleep. You know what I mean? So it goes both ways. Folks. But let's stop yapping. Get out of here. Go ahead to practice. Go get better today than we were yesterday. Because just because we sacrificed a little sleep so that we could finally get that Sean O'Malley video made does not mean we get to skip practice. No. It would probably be the smart thing to do since we are still recovering from an injury, but that's not what a fighter does. The definition of a fighter is someone who, no matter what is going on, no matter what has happened in life, they strap their boots on and they go to flip and work. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of us have forgotten that, the true definition of a fighter. They go and they fight. It's not just in the cage. It's not just in the ring. It's not just on the mats. It's everywhere in life, folks. So let's go fight to get better today than we were yesterday. So after fighting off 3 wrecks, having to hop off the interstate, hop back on the interstate, hop off the interstate, hop back on it, hop off of it, we have finally made it to our destination. And because we want to go get better today than we were yesterday, the sacrifice we're gonna have to make right now is we are not gonna have as much time to yap as we usually would. So let's go get better today than we were yesterday, and I'll yap after practice. Well, folks, sacrifices were definitely made. We put ourselves under a 240-pound behemoth to see if we were healthy again. And folks, there was no cramping, no aching, there was definitely pains, but like nothing that's screaming, hey bro, stop, you don't need to be rolling any longer. So I would say that is an improvement. It's definitely an improvement. But one thing that I learned today, folks, and that, I mean, I guess this goes with every aspect of life, is that basics are everything. Basics are everything. For example, we were working side control, just different fundamental things about side control this past week. And it's so basic of stuff that coach was saying, but it's almost like revolutionary to the game. Revolutionary to the game. It's like game changing, like literally game changing. And that goes to anything, like calories in versus calories out. Very basic of a concept, but it's the only concept that works. And that goes right back to the sport of jiu-jitsu. The most basic concepts in jiu-jitsu are going to be the things that win the matches in a fight. The most basic concepts. I mean, boxing, a jab wins 90% of the fights. You know what I mean? So, don't forget the basics, folks. Train harder than last time. That's a basic. Calories in versus calories out. That's a basic. Do you 30 minutes of cardio daily. That's a basic. And you'll get to your goals, folks. You'll get to your goals. But I'm flipping starving, folks. So let's hop in the car, grub down, and head on in a battle of this Atlanta traffic. Well, folks, the traffic definitely won today. It beat me today, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna drink a little protein shake, slam some energy drink, and get on some BO6, folks. Be there. Cool news, folks. All the BillyGoat's gear's here. So if you ordered it, it's coming. Well, I didn't come in and go straight to Black Ops like I had planned. I finished up the Sean O'Malley video that I had told you I was gonna make. I made it. And I tried to do a little bit of editing, but I may have done too much editing. Like, I made it, like, twist and turn and do some Matrix stuff. Like, whew. I stayed up till 2 in the morning working on it, and then I worked on it some more today, and I finally got it done. I think I'm just overthinking it, because it's really not that good for as much time as it took me. It's really not. But I'm proud of myself, and that's all that really matters. Like, I genuinely am. I'm like, wow, you just created a masterpiece. Now we got to rewatch it and make sure at least we're entertained by it. If we're entertained, at least it entertains us, and that's all that really matters. But with that being said, folks, I'm going to hop on this BO6 right now. You heard it? It just started up. Be there. Well, folks, we just finished up an amazing live. I wouldn't say amazing. I mean, the community is amazing. Me, at Zombies, not so much. I don't know what went on this time. I was trying to get to level 50, level maybe even 100 round. And I just couldn't get a good draw on the box. And then once I finally did start getting good draws on the box, it could have been my fault. I did start the game off with a sniper. Low-key, the sniper's OP. But once I did get a good drop on the box, I couldn't stay alive. I would load back into the game. I would grab something out of the box. The Abomination would be right behind me. It would hit me with a full blast. I'd go down, and that would be the end. So, we did not do very good. But y'all did great. Y'all did great. Y'all were all there, chit-chatting, doing y'all's thing. So with that, thank y'all. But now we've got to go take our sister trick-or-treating. So, we will be back here in a bit. Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know what the day holds for us. Well, folks, while we were in the car on the way to our first trick-or-treating destination, we made an intro and finished up the Sean O'Malley video. So, if y'all haven't seen it, go and watch it. I put a lot of time and effort into it. And I know the intro video is not the best, but it's gonna be there. It's our new intro video. At least until we can think of something more creative and we continue working on our editing skills. But, with that being said, let's go finish up this trick-or-treating, folks. Let's finish up our trick-or-treating. So my little sister has like crippling social anxiety and is really agitating to take her places, like trick-or-treating, when you're supposed to say trick-or-treat and thank you, because she refuses to talk to strangers. Refuses. I mean, I guess it's a good thing because you're not supposed to talk to a stranger, but when you're going trick-or-treating, you can at least say trick-or-treat. She is a goofball. Definitely makes me laugh. But she could get a little bit of manners. My mom would have beat my butt for not saying trick or treat. First destination complete. Let's go find the second. At destination 2. And you know, there's one thing that I love about having a little sister though, is I never have to grow up. I get to do all of the same activities I used to love to do as a kid. Trick or treating being one of them. We never have to grow up. We chose to be an athlete, and now we really don't have to grow up. But let's get back to trick or treating. So I wasn't able to film as much as I wanted because, well, our phone's is about to die. But I think we're starting to break the fear of people just a little bit. Strangers, whatever you want to call it. She is definitely more scared of the people she has to get candy from than any of the clown masks that are around, which is a plus. That's a plus. But her irrational fear of strangers is so goofy. Because me and my brother, we didn't meet a stranger. Like ever. Definitely not him. So her, who has crippling social anxiety, it's like, what do you do? What do you do with it? So we're trying to help. We're trying to break her of it. Get her okay talking to people. At least you can do is have a little bit of manners. But that's just her. That is just her. But I guess we're gonna end the trick-or-treating excursions because we gotta go find some grub, and we still have to carve our pumpkins. So I guess we're gonna call this it. We're gonna go find some grub. My poor little sister seems absolutely beat after her trick-or-treating excursions. I asked her what she wanted to eat. She goes, fries. I was like, just fries? Yeah. I was like, what's wrong? I'm just tired. She sounds all depressed. I think her sugar's getting a little low. I think she may suffer from a little bit of hypoglycemia like her older brother. Well, folks, dinner hit the spot, and someone definitely perked back up after they got some food in them. And I am not talking about the little sister. I'm talking about myself. Let's go carve up some jack-o'-lanterns. Well, I guess I'm not the only one who has perked up since getting some grub in them. I'm getting out of the car and I said something slick to my sister, and she jumps up and freaking punched me in the ear. What the heck is wrong with her? She kind of hit me hard too. I can't lie. Let the pumpkin carvings commence. So my role in this whole carving the pumpkin was just to fill it, to clean out the insides, get all the guts out, cut off the tops. And I think I did a pretty good job, except for this one, because the hole was too small. And my sister was supposed to be digging her hand in there, but she decided she wasn't doing that. It was gross. And then she decided she wasn't finishing it either. I don't know what the heck she was trying to make, but yeah, that's how far she made it. And then, whatever JB made. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like a spider. I think it's a spider. It's a spider. Oh, I know what she was doing there. That's asshole. That asshole. But now that my mom has come and picked up her daughter, I can finally start wrapping up the night, editing up the day, and calling it a flippin' night, folks. You know, traditionally, yes, we would be in practice on Thursdays, but it's Halloween, and my mom worked late on Halloween tonight, so I was not going to let my sister go without trick-or-treating. You know what I mean? Like, that. What kind of childhood would that be? So I stayed home and made sure that she would be able to go and trick-or-treat, because if one day of training is okay, it is okay. If I lose a fight from one day of training, it is what it is. At least my sister got to trick-or-treat and we have memories together. At the end of the day, that is a hell of a lot more important than any fight, folks. Any fight. But let's get this video edited up. Let's clean up their mess. And let's start rounding off this flipping night, folks. Well, folks, mess cleaned up and I am beat. So you know what that means? I'm going to call it a night. Not going to make it 2 nights of sacrificing sleep. Even though you've got to make sacrifices sometimes. For the people you love, sometimes you may not be able to go progress in your career, progress in your learning, or go make a few dollars or whatever it may be, so that you can spend time with the ones you love, so that, well, they know you love them. And then sometimes, well, you stay up really late and you sacrifice time of sleeping so that you can learn a new skill. Or again, like I sacrificed going to practice today so that I could spend time with my sister. But while spending time with my sister, I also sat down and I was able to have time to learn how to edit correctly. I still wouldn't say it's correctly, but I'm starting to figure it out. Like, as y'all saw in the beginning of the video, I now have an intro. It's still not complete, but of course there's going to be slight changes, slight things made different to it, but I got it to what I want it to be right now. A 90s anime training session montage thingy with things that I do throughout my life. The story of BillyGoat. And I think I put a good bit of the story in there. Without having to, like, tell you anything. You just know he's a fighter who likes to game and does things, you know? And he makes videos now. So, folks, you're going to have to sacrifice some things to get to the places you want in life. Whether it be sacrificing a meal so that you can, or sacrificing the milkshake, or sacrificing a meal, or sacrificing some calories so that, you know, I don't believe in fasting. Let's make that clear real quick. But sacrificing some things so that you can get to the places that you want in life. Like if you're wanting to lose weight, you're going to have to sacrifice calories. You're going to have to sacrifice that milkshake. Maybe even you'll have to sacrifice a whole meal if you're eating like 8 times a day and they're big meals, you know? You never know. You'll have to sacrifice those times going out and drinking with your buddies because you want to get into shape, or because you decided you wanted to go be a fighter, you know? Whatever it may be, there are sacrifices that have to be made everywhere in life. And I think a lot of us need to learn that. I myself make sacrifices all the time, and I don't really think about it. I'm like, it's just a normal thing that I do because I'm chasing my dream. But I think a lot of people could learn from that. Like, make sacrifices to the point where you don't realize they're sacrifices because it's things that you enjoy to do. If you build your life correctly, write your story the way you want, the sacrifices in which you're making are never truly sacrifices because you're always doing something you love to do. You know what I mean, folks? You know what I mean? So, I'm not saying life is sunshines and rainbows. We know it's not. But you can make it as much into sunshines and rainbows as you could possibly make it. It's your story. You write it with the sacrifices you want to make and the risk you want to make. You know what I mean? Big risk, big reward. Lots of sacrifices, lots of fame and glory. You know? For the money, for the glory, and for the fame. But mostly for the money. Isn't that what old the bandit says? Isn't that what the bandit says? But with that being said, folks, I hope you all had a great day. And happy Halloween. Got lots of candy. And you made sure you checked it so it still has air. If you know what I mean. Good night, folks. And BillyGoat flippin' loves you.